Hey, how's it going everyone? MLT Magic Tricks here. So in this video, I'm going to be performing and then teaching you this very cool any card at any number style card trick that will definitely fool all of your spectators. So make sure you stick around to learn this one. But before we get into the performance, if you are new here to my channel, make sure you do subscribe with those post notifications on for more card and magic trick performance and tutorial videos like this one. If you enjoy this card trick, make sure you leave the video a thumbs up. And now let's get straight into the performance. Okay, so I'm going to start off this trick by giving the deck some cuts, just mixing up the cards. From here, I would have my spectator think of a number between 30 and 40. Since I don't have a spectator here, I'm going to say a number out loud that we are going to use for this trick. So let's say my spectator is thinking of the number 36. I would tell my spectator to add the two digits of the number together to get one number. So my spectator would add 3 plus 6, and they would get 9. Keep in mind, when you're performing this trick yourself, you are not going to know the number that your spectator is thinking of. This is going to be just in their head. But, like I said, I'm going to say the number out loud so we can do the trick here just to demonstrate what it looks like in the performance. So we have my spectator thinking of 9 right now. I would explain to them that I'm going to deal off cards one at a time from the top of the deck, and they are going to memorize the card at the position that relates to their number that they are thinking of right now. So we have the number 9. My spectator would memorize the 9th card. I'm just going to be dealing off cards like this. You as the magician are not going to know what card your spectator remembers. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 right here. My spectator would memorize the 2 of spades as their selection. And the magician would deal at least 12 cards because to cover all the possibilities from 30 to 40. So after they've dealt at least 12 cards, we're going to go ahead and place these down. And from here, guys, I'm just going to mix up the deck a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and give the cards some cuts like this and finish the cut just like that. So we have the deck completely mixed up. My spectator is thinking of a card, and remember, you as the magician are not going to know what the card is. You don't know what number your spectator thought of at the beginning, but right now you would ask your spectator to say the number that they thought of at the start between 30 and 40. In this case, our number was 36. So the magician is now going to deal 36 cards from the deck, just like this from the top. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. And guys, check out the 36th card from the top of the deck. This is not just any card. It should be my spectator selection right there, the 2 of spades. Just like that. So guys, this is the card trick. It's a really great any card at any number effect. It will blow the minds of all your spectators. And if you want to learn how to do it, make sure to stick around for the tutorial. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that performance. This is a really great card trick that I definitely think you should add to your routine. So let's get straight into the tutorial. So in the tutorial here, I'm going to be teaching you 2 ways you can perform this trick. The first way is exactly what I did in the performance. It does involve a little setup that makes the trick easier to perform. And then the second way does not involve a setup. It makes this trick completely impromptu, and if you use the no setup method, it makes the trick a little bit harder to perform in the performance, but it's obviously up to you guys, so make sure you stick around for the tutorial so you understand both ways you can perform this trick. Both ways do have the same effect, so let's get right into it. So the first way, like I mentioned, does involve a setup. You're going to first count 27 cards from the deck. So I have 27 cards here, and then the 28th card is going to be a crimped card. The crimped card can be anyone from the deck. I just made the crimp by taking my thumb, pointer, and middle in both hands, just pushing in the middle and then pushing out, applying pressure, just like this, making the crimped card. This is going to go on top of the 27, and then you're going to place the rest of the deck on top of that, and you're good to go. So that's the setup for the trick. It's really not too hard. Once you have made your setup, you're going to go up to your spectator and start the trick. You can start off by doing some false cuts, make it appear to your spectator you're mixing up the deck, but in reality, you're keeping your setup. If you don't know how to do any false cuts, I'll leave a link on the screen to me teaching you guys some you can do. It's obviously not mandatory for this trick, but it just makes it a little bit better. Once you have done some false cuts, or not, it doesn't matter, like I said. So you're going to now have your spectator think of a number between 30 and 40. They can think of any number between 30 and 40. Make sure they don't think of the number 40 or else it won't work. So make it clear between 30 and 40. Excluding the number 40. So at this point, let's say our spectator is thinking of the number 32. Now, you're going to have your spectator add up the 2 digits of the number. So in this case, 32, 3 plus 2 is 5. And this is sort of a mathematical trick in a sense, because if we have the number 27, then if you add up the two digits of any number your spectator is going to think of between 30 and 40, you will always get the number. So in this case with 32, 3 plus 2 is 5, and then 27 plus 5 is 32. If your spectator is thinking of the number 35, for example, 3 plus 5 is 8, 27 plus 8 is 35. So that's sort of why the number 27 is significant, relating to the number of cards that you have here for your setup. So I'm not entirely sure how it works throughout the course of the trick, but just keep that in mind. That is why 27 is important. So in this case, we have 32. 3 plus 2 is 5. You're going to tell your spectator to think of the number. In this case, it's 5. You are not going to know. Just make sure your spectator keeps it in their head. You're going to deal off cards from the top of the deck. You're going to want to deal at least 12 cards because your spectator thinks of the number 39. 3 plus 9 is 12, and you need to have at least 12 cards dealt. And the way you're going to deal the cards is like this. You're not going to deal them traditionally on the table. You're just going to slide them off one at a time, keeping the same order. So you're just going to show the cards one at a time like this. You're not going to know which one your spectator memorizes, but in this case, we have 5. Because my spectator thought of the number 32, we are going to memorize the King of Clubs, and that is the number that your spectator is going to memorize. So make sure you guys are explaining clearly what card your spectator is going to memorize. Make sure you say they're going to memorize the card at the position that corresponds to the number they're thinking of right now. So make sure you guys make that clear. It's very important. So that's 5, 6, 7, and you're just going to keep track of how many cards you're dealing. Make sure you deal past 12. I think that's like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You can just deal past some 12 just to be safe. So at this point, you're going to place these cards down. We have the King of Clubs memorized in the 5th position. Now, at this point, once you have the rest of the deck in your hand, you're going to see the crimp, and you need to cut past the crimped card. So you need to cut past the card just like this. So you cut below it, place all these cards on top, square them up. You're going to pick up this packet. You're going to locate your crimp like this, and you're just going to cut the crimp card to the bottom. So in this case, we have the 9 of hearts as our crimp. You're going to be able to easily see it, and you just double undercut it right to the bottom like that. And all you need to do once that's on the bottom, you place this packet down, you take the rest of the cards, place those on top, and you're ready to do the reveal. It's that simple, guys. There's really not too many steps to this trick. Once you complete those, you're good to go. Your spectator is going to say the number that they thought of at the start for the first time. In this case, it was 32. We're going to go ahead and deal off 32 cards. I'm going to speed up the video right now so you don't have to sit through me dealing these cards. So let's go ahead and speed it up. 1, 2, 31, and then 32, guys. Every single time it will work. In this case, in the 32nd position is going to be their selection. So that is how you go about performing this trick with a setup. Now I'm just going to quickly go over how you perform it without a setup if you guys are curious. So you don't need to count off 27 cards at the start of the trick if you want to do this trick completely no setup, but it does involve some counting in the performance if you want to do it this way. So just keep that in mind. So you start off this trick, you have your spectator shuffle up the cards as much as they want to. Remember, you don't need a crimp or anything if you do it this way. At this point, this kind of works better if you're using a borrowed deck because you do need an excuse for counting cards at the start of the trick. If you do have a borrowed deck, you're going to say, okay, I'm going to make sure I have a full deck. And by the way, you actually don't need a full deck for this trick, but this is going to be your excuse because you need to count the 28th card from the bottom of the deck. So if you do it this way, you're going to grab the deck from your spectator and just tell them, okay, I'm going to count the cards really quickly to make sure we have a full deck so this trick works. That is your excuse for counting cards. So you're going to count to the 28th card, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. In this case, we're going to memorize the 10 of diamonds. That is going to be our key card. And if you are using your own deck, you're going to say, wait, I'm going to double check something in the deck to make sure we have all the cards. And that is your excuse for spreading out the cards and doing that. So keep that in mind. This is how you perform the trick if you wanted to make it completely no setup. We're going to memorize the 28th card from the bottom, in this case, the 10 of diamonds. From here, you're going to have your spectator do the same thing between 30 and 40. They think of a number, let's say it's 31. They're going to add the digits up. That's 4, 1, 2, 3. They're going to memorize the 7 of diamonds. You're going to deal at least 12 cards like this. Remember, you're dealing in this way. You're not setting the cards down. Once you do that, your spectator has memorized the, what was it, let me double check the card. 7 of diamonds in the 4th position. Place these cards down. You still need to cut past the 10 of diamonds, which is our key card, but you don't exactly know where it is because it's not a crimp. So just deal 3, at least, cut most of these cards and you'll be safe. Place these on top. Now from here, what you're going to do is you're going to spread out the cards face up like this. You're going to tell your spectator, you're just going to look through the cards here to see if you can get a sense of what their card is. At this point, you're looking for your key card, the 10 of diamonds. You see it right here. You're going to cut this to the bottom because this is essentially that crimped card. Like if you're doing it in the setup version, you're going to bring this to the bottom. That's all you need to do. And Once you're just going to place this on top and you're good to go. That's all you need to do. From here, you're ready to do the reveal. Your spectator was thinking of the number 31. You deal off 31 cards, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 31. Boom, right here in the 31st position is their selection. So that's how you do this trick. Completely no setup. It just involves, subtle differences there in the performance that involves you looking at the cards. So there's two ways you can perform this trick. It's really great. I hope everything I explained made sense. I do apologize for talking pretty fast in this tutorial here. I just did not want to make this video too long. And so let me know if you have any questions about how to go about performing this trick. I did talk a lot there, like I said, but once you get it down, it's really not too difficult. Two ways you can perform this trick. Definitely give it a try. Thank you so much for watching. This will probably be my last card trick video of 2019. Thank you all for the support. I really do appreciate it. Bigger and better things coming next year for the channel. And I will see you all in my next video. Peace out.